Bradbury, it's a story on Ray Bradbury. It's a very difficult story. It's a very authentic story, but you know, it has very little meaning. So what I did, I found something on YouTube, which was an interview on Ray Bradbury, and he's talking about his life, his attitude to writing. It's a really nice interview. Is the way what informs his writing, and for me, doing that interview before the story made it so much more meaningful. And it gave them that kind of cultural background they didn't have initially, which basically the story alienates you because it's just so esoteric and obscure. But by watching that YouTube I did at the beginning, it made the story much more meaningful. I mean, we've been experimenting like you guys. And Glenn, your questions are really valid, really interesting, because that's what we're trying to solve. Where is the balance between authenticity and, I absolve kind of contrived
usefulness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so that's the whole debate.
I don't think you need to pigeonhole it either, do you? Like, I mean, it can depend. Like, some things will work for certain classes a little better, a little easier than, you know.
So what's happened with this course now? Are they developing? Are you doing that unit by unit for each of the units?
Each unit.
The way of dealing with the amount of extra work and extra tasks and covering the syllabus, we're moving some of the things from the book online so they can complete those tasks at home as a homework task, and they come to class and we can give them a bit more authentic, or the other way around, things go online before they come to class, so they learn about the context of this so that they can engage with it more in class. Then with this task, their task was to make an installation of art. So they had to make an installation and present it to each other.
Tom Rickman's. I'll show it to you. If you do this task, well, the final 5 minutes, if you do this, I'll show you Tom Rickman. I'll show you our installations.
So and they didn't do much.
So they come sit over it. Just
all they did, they just drew their installations as symbolically.
Right.
But they got so much into it because it was so them. It represented their personality. But that simple doodly task became really an authentic task. So that's the balance tip to the other side.
Well, again, it's a humanistic approach, and teaching the whole person.
Yeah. Right, okay, very quickly, we've only got about 5 minutes. Have you taught this book before, yeah? I'm sure you will have. You teach it next. What are you teaching? Up intermediate?
I've got room 4 next
time.
I don't have any other
4. Let's do 4. Let's have a look at up intermediate 4, which I believe starts from what, 9? Was it 10? 10.
You've taught this.
Have a look very quickly at 10. How would you kind of make this course more authentic? And remember, when we mean more authentic, we mean more meaningful for students, more content-based, and using authentic material. What do you reckon?
I think culturally it's alright, they're all on Facebook, so they're going to get that.
Was it going to always speed date and thing?
I've actually taught this edition of the book, so that actually doesn't. Did you teach the old edition?
Page in particular.
Did you teach the old edition?
This now.
Because I've taught this, but the old edition.
Yeah, no, I don't recognise this at all. This page I do.
Both, but this one more recently, obviously.
What's that? Future forms,
futures. Medical science.
Sorry, what are we doing again? Sorry.
Have a look at say for example you look at 11. How could you incorporate authentic materials into this course? Or how could you make it more authentic, basically?
Well, like this, you could just get some articles, get them to read articles at home, like different ones about medical science, and then come in and summarise them.
But this is a medical science article.
But is it the original or?
Yeah.
But
you
could find
an
some
argument to make, like, if you then took the article and put it in a book, does it suddenly become authentic?
Very good point.
Yeah, I mean,
it depends. Is this adapted?
But this you could do like WebQuest with this and stuff, like from BBC Science and stuff, and there are always new stories, so you could do something like that. This you could, I don't know, you could get them to go like online and join some speaking thing, or you could use personal ads in newspapers and stuff like acronyms. But yeah, WebQuest maybe, newspapers, people still write personal ads, don't they?
Is it like Craigslist now, isn't it? Over these days.
I did once. I've done with this.
There's a video for that.
Oh, there is a video about.
But it's inside out.
Surgery.
I mean,
So they did this medical text, and they went onto a board where the people give medical advice, but they're not necessarily certified doctors. And we had a debate: does someone who is not a doctor can they give a medical advice? So they joined that real debate on somebody's blog, and they expressed their opinions.
That's nice.
So,
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So that made it more authentic to them because they were debating with native speakers.
There's a website as well for this.
Media made.
For and against the essay, there's like something that you can put online as well, and sort of like not a blog as such, but that's the idea where you write an argumentative essay and then somebody responds to it and stuff. So I suppose you could use that.
Yeah, that's cool because the web does open up a lot of opportunities for them to have contact with native speakers.
Yeah. But also, then you got, are they actually going to want to? Because I don't really like it, so I'm like, okay, make some comments about this, but I don't mind reading stuff, but I've never really made comments.
You can always give them an option, and some people will do it.
Yeah, this is like Jerry Springer kind of stuff.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know, so I mean, you could obviously use video for that.
It's interesting what you're saying because I don't think students aren't always up to date with the pedagogical thinking behind stuff. You know, they're not. You know, to some extent, you've got to hit that grammar syllabus because that's student expectations. That's what they think they're paying the money for.
I want to use it.
Yeah.
And then you need to
And
do
they ask,
all
why have I
the
not done
training.
this page?
Yeah,
I'm not finished.
So what do you think? Do you think students do value? Because I remember when I started teaching this, it was just basically click, 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 next page, next page. I was a slave to the interactive element. I mean, do you feel? I think the problem is that we're saying how motivating it is to say, right, I'm not using this. I'm going to bring Jerry Springer in and do a little, do some work.
Yeah, but I think students sometimes have the attitude it's like, oh, that was all right. You know, we didn't have to do any work today.
Do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you get back to, oh yeah, okay, well, we were supposed to had that fun last class, so we've got to get back and do the grammar sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I guess that depends
well,
on what the
culture,
content of the class has been about.
But I do think if you can, I mean, what we'll do next term is we'll look at this. I mean, this is the key, is that all the things all the reservations that we have, like about, well, it takes too much time and maybe students aren't getting enough value.
Yeah, material, so it's great.
It is this balance. It is the balance between, right, you've got your content, you've got your task, and you've got your language. And if you can incorporate, I would say, as doing that Mexico course, if you can incorporate language well, we didn't really do enough of it. But if you can incorporate language well, I do think that it's so much more valuable than doing this.
Feedback you got from?
It was fantastic at first, but the problem is how it's so difficult to sustain quality material over term after term.
Well, I think if you're sharing materials, that's the best.
This is
way to go
what
with it,
this is
because
what
on your
we're
own
trying
it
to
is a
do.
huge task, and you
Yeah.
just get after
And
the
we have creativity
that's enough.
3 hours
That's one
of
thing
therapy
if
class.
which
1 out of 10 of them actually
But they
work.
get to see where it fits
Yeah.
in as well. So if you're bringing Jerry Spring for this, then they think, oh, okay, well, we would have done that anyway, but this was real and that's better for us. And whereas if it's just,
Signposting.
So this
whereas
is
you're just throwing out task after
part of
task
this
and they can't see
aim
the
of these
picture.
sessions is really to get us to as well share a lot more, because I know you've done on Adventure of English the work, but I thought that would be a great idea, but I never got around to just sitting and looking at what you've done. So, and maybe you could help me with more ideas, I could help you with the technical stuff. So things like this, because the amount of work a team of people put into publishing this book,
Oh yeah.
and you're trying to match the effort.
It's trialed and then changed.
Retrialed,
It's crazy.
But I mean, just to finish, I do think, obviously there are certain reservations, there are certain constraints that we have in terms of time, resources, syllabus, student expectations. That diagram we saw. But I think hopefully we can kind of overcome some of those challenges during the next, during the project. And even if we can't, even if we come to the conclusion, all right, well, you know, it's probably not
At least we know.
Yeah,
I think at least one per module would not be.
Yeah.
One per module.
I think it's another tool in your kind of toolbox to offer varied, interesting.
I think that's sort of supplementary.
When we come to this part, we'll do the session 2 next term of practice. Really, how to balance those three things: content, language,
Well, maybe that's
and tasks.
something we need to look at, ways of relating it back to student needs. And
Yeah, but basically, just to kind of finish, right, well, we've done a bit of theory. We've kind of challenged, we've just kind of established a certain kind of, our expectations or our reservations about authentic materials. Then we'll look at the practice, how we can really balance those 4 or 5 things out, and then you guys are going to plan and just try it out, see what happens. And even if we get to this report stage and you've only got like 1 or 2 tasks that you can share using authentic materials, that's fantastic, because then you can share it for the whole centre, which will hopefully stimulate other people to start using them or start using yours or adapting them. So that's the idea. And that's about it, really. So thanks for coming.